Okay, let's get started. Good morning. Whatever time it is for you, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it is for you in the world. Hello. Anyway, let's get started. So I'll just scale this back. Yeah, that looks okay. You can see a hierarchy of content. We've got our properties window, we've got our outputs here, so we have to split. So what we're going to do is create a simple kind of interactive slide, really simple. So let's get started. So we need an axis to begin with. So we're going to create is like a slide where you can click free, like we will have 3 buttons that you can click and transition between. We'll make, and then we'll just do animation and we'll transition between the states. Okay, so let's get started. So we've got an axis. Let's sketch a rectangle. I'm kind of making this up as we go along, so hopefully it works. So I'm just going to scale all on this. So I fill the screen like this. And what you can do is actually where the X and Y you can put, say like 16 by 9 and check normalize. Now you got it proportionally correct, 16 by 9, and then just scale up on the scale all. There you go. So let's drop a color material on this. Solid. And give it a color. I'm just gonna go for, let's go for this green. I like this green. Recently I've been liking this green. Right. So this is like our slide backplate. And I'm going to duplicate this, control and duplicate. I'm also going to go to world and grab a group. And just group these. I'll just call this slide 1. Now this one will be the image. So we can go here, texture, base, and then you can load whatever image you have on your machine or whatever you want to use. I'll use an existing image. Let's see. Let's use an old example or something. Let's use a Blender file or something, you know. Let's use Stadium. Okay, so we've got this image. Right, so this is kind of our starting base, hopefully. So what we need is keyframe animation. And I'm gonna call this, I'm just gonna call this slides. I'm gonna call this green plate 1, image 1. So now I know what those are, so I shift select those so they both appear in my content window. Now I want to animate these on the Y, so the Y position. So take the Y position. Now let's go to the animation timeline. I'm gonna switch to seconds. Okay, so we'll say it takes a second to resolve. Okay, you can extend this or you can make it shorter. You can play around with it, you experiment. And then let's say we don't want it on screen, so it'll be images off. And we'll offset these keyframes. So there we go. So we can have it like this. So you got that, but we want the green plate first. So we're gonna offset that slightly. There we go. Perhaps a little bit more. There we go. Maybe this. There you go. You can play around with that, or maybe that. We can tweak this later, but for now, that'll do. So it comes in. Or should I? I'm just thinking whether I should do it this way. Yeah, let's do it this way. It's fine. So you can press play. It's pretty slow. I'm gonna speed this up, so maybe under a second. There we go. Cool. So it's in. I'm gonna set a key and set a key. So those are the exact same states, and then I'm gonna do animate out. So image goes off like this, and then that goes off, and set key, and then I'll just create that same slight offset. So it'll be in, out, in, out. Nothing fancy, right? There we go. Anyway, so that's our slide coming in and out. Let's add some more information on here because it's kind of a bit boring right now. So on this, I want to add another axis. So go world, axis, drop it in, and let's get a rectangle. I'm going to scale this up, and we're going to just rotate it along the Z and just scale it on the Y. There we go, something like this. Now what we can do is have a little bit of text here if we want, or title, or whatever you want, like an overlay kind of. So I'm going to apply a color to this. I'm going to move this forward in Z by 2, so minus 0.02. So if we was, for example, and I'm going to push the green plate back by 1, 0.02, and then this one is forward in Z space, so minus 0.2. So minus is coming this way, and then 0. Anything minus is coming forward in Z. Right. Okay, so let's apply that green color. You could use the color picker if you wanted, or you can just click on the little color picker here and then go to that, or you can copy and paste those values in, but the color picker works pretty well. Let's knock the opacity down so we can see some of the image, so we still have some information, like, so you can see. I'm thinking something like this might work. Okay, what I'm going to do is grab a group, and just call this title overlay, and then we need some text, so an axis. Hopefully the music's not too loud. Let's get some text 2D. We're going to apply a solid color as well to the text. Okay, I'm just going to go for headline right now. Select the text here and the block text, headline. Now we have to go to the minus value. So this green plate is at 0.02 or minus 0.02. So I'll go back 4, just a little bit in front. There we go. So what I'll do is maybe name this bit of text title 1, and then duplicate this, and then let's maybe scale this down. I'll still keep it as headline, but there we go, something like this, and then just write info, and you can put in some text if you want. So I could go like 01 dot title, or whatever you want, or headline or something. Headline as a placeholder right now. You can put whatever information you want in there. info, so you can just put in something like information about something. We click here and then go blah 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 blah, whatever you want. Okay, so if you want the text to wrap, you can make the text wrap in here as well. If you press this text wrap, it will wrap in this box as well, which is cool. So word wrap inside the text thing here. But that's only in the text editor. It won't do it anywhere else. But if you go here and you want to change the width, you can do that. So you can kind of change that bounding box width. I would say instead of changing it to character, change it to words, so you don't have like the words broken. And then maybe scale this down a little bit more, like this, and then change that bounding box. There we go, something like that. Now you can go, how are you today? We are making a slide show thingy. You know, whatever you want. There we go. Cool. And then you could add additional stuff. So if you, so maybe you're on a third line, you know, maybe this could be, maybe that's a quote or something, I don't know. And you know, you can put some kind of, yeah, or whatever you want. You know, it could be a website, it could be whatever you want. You can just add this whatever content you want. And so on and so on, you know. But yeah, there you go. Now if you want to animate this, I suggest we should animate this, because right now if we go here, it just kind of slides in over behind, but nothing else is happening. So let's apply these, let's animate these. So you know, maybe we want to animate this on the x-axis, or what we could actually do is align it to the left and then scale along the x like this, animate this size x, but we just need to reposition that to a better position. I kind of like that look. I like that. Let's keep it like that. It looks different, you know. It's not very it's not boring. Take the X, let's keyframe that. So this is where we want it to kind of resolve. So I'll set a key here and I'll set a key here, and then here set it to 0. And bam. You can play around with the timing if you want. Zero. Yeah. So we've got something going on. Now I want the text to kind of, maybe I'll just have the text fade in. So what I can do, because they're all the same color, if you want to have these different colors, then you could have individual colors. What I'm going to do is just have one color for all the text. So I can kind of delete all those. I'll place them on the one color node. And then what I could do is just animate that opacity so it fades in. So shift select, add that to our animation. There. So it's 100% here, and say here it's at 0, set key, and here it's at 0. Let's set a key and set that to 0. Bam. So it comes in and goes out. Comes in, goes out. So say we're gonna have, what I'm gonna say is we're gonna have like these 3 buttons. Let's say we have these 3 big buttons or whatever it is on the screen, and as you click each one at the bottom, it will just slide in. So come in, slide in, display whatever information. This could be an image or video, whatever you want, and then it goes out. Really simple. So let's add the backplate, because what happens when, you know, there's nothing there, because it's kind of nothing going on here. So we could actually just add a 2D layer here. Let's add a color, solid color. I'll move that to the top of the layers, and just give it like a kind of grey color. Let's go for grey. Go. Let's go back to our layer. So now it's not, you know, got something going on. There we go. I'm gonna press play. Bam. In, out, in, out. There's so many ways you can do it. I'm going to just keep these as simple separate elements on now. So this will just have its own animation. So let's set a key. I'm going to do a soft state because I don't want to mess up the keys. New soft state and a new soft state. Okay. So I can go next. So that's in, and then I can say out, and then then I want it to reset. So it goes back to beginning. Now for it to reset, now what can we do? So when it gets to S3, I want it to jump back to S1, so we can, whenever we go to S3, we want it to go back to S1. So how can we do this? Let's check. Click on our view logic. I want it to do it automatically, so bam. Actually, one way we could do it, is probably not the best way, but it will work. I know it will work. Is we're grabbing an event. I'm sure you can do it with logic, but I'm gonna try this way. And so go to the logic tab for the event name. Okay. So this event here, I want it to get triggered. So I'm going to take the invoke. Okay. So this invoke here, when it reaches here, say like this, just this last frame. Actually, if we go into 60 frames and you zoom in, we can choose the very last frame. So say second from last frame here, and I'll just say invoke that when it's going S3 on the way out. Okay, and maybe we'll just call that reset. Okay, and take the begin, because the begin resets it anyway, and link it to the reset. Do you see what I'm making now? So now when I press next, it goes to where we want and then out, and then I can press next, it comes back in again. So now just all I'm doing is pressing next. I don't have to reset it myself. So this is doing it for us with the begin, and we don't have to mess around with the logic, you know, and we have soft keys, so we can move the animation around really easy. But there are a million ways you can do this, probably. This is just a really simple way, I thought, you know, really simple. Anyway, and then you can add to this if you want. So cool. So what I'm going to do is just right click this container, merge to container, so we have everything contained into this slide, and let's start exposing stuff out. So let's expose the color. So perhaps these two, we want to add a color node here. So color value, color value. I'm going to just copy that value here, paste it to this one. So this is our main color, and then they just feed into that. So now if I expose this color out, we've got the color sorted. Now our loader, we want to expose the image. So you can name these. If you double click the little dots where I've highlighted green, if you press it once, it just exposes it. If you double click, it lets you edit description. So you could say image. So now you know that's the image. And then you could do the same for the text. So if you click on the text, go to the text, double click, expose that, and then name that, for example, title. And then double click on the info, and alright, info 1. And then this one, I'll just call it footer or something, you know, just to, you can call it whatever you want, really, to be honest, as long as you know what you're calling them. Now if you go out here and you click here, you can see it says text, and then you've got the footer, info, and title, and then we've got the image, right? So the image here says material. So what we can do is you can rename these categories. So if you don't want this, so where it says material M0 texture, or where it says text, you can go into here anytime, and you can go like click on that, what we've exposed, and you can change those category names. So now you can call it file or something. That category is file, and then I could go into the text and click each one, you know, and write info or slide info and put them into that category. So now that's going to be the slide info. So I'll just do that for all the text. And then the same on this, so just copy and paste into the category. There we go. Now if I go into here and click on our slide, you gotta see you got slide info, we've got file, and then we've got color. So you can name these whatever you want, which is cool. Now what we're also going to do is expose out the next. Cool. And we're pretty much done, I think. So we're going to see. Are we though? I'm not sure how this is going to work. It might break it. It will break it. We do need some logic in here. We need to fix the logic. Wait, let me check. Did I just check that today? No, don't do that. Whatever I did, don't do that. So what I'm going to do is get rid of... No, I'm going to keep that reset. Or am I? No, I'm going to delete that reset for now. What we're going to do... delete that. Delete this event here. Okay, so we'll keep this animation because I don't want to mess it up. But what I'm going to have is another animation, keyframe animation, where I can use hard states and then get rid of these soft states here. So then I can edit this anytime without having a hard state. Because if I put a hard state, it will extend. It will add a keyframe here, and then it kind of gets all messy, and I don't like that. If that makes sense. So all you can do is take the control, drop it in here. Okay. Oh, I could have left the states in there, I believe. Let me just clear out the old states, these ones. Let me just double check. Shift S is the shortcut for soft keys. Yeah. I'm going here. Set key. 90 seconds. Set a key. And set a key. S1 to connections. S1 to S2. S2 to S3. There we go. So now we can do is add the hard states here. So you can just press S. So now that we've got our animation, we've still got our state. So we've got our states here, but we've got our animation, so we can edit this easier without worrying about it too much. Cool. So next. Okay. Cool. So this is called begin. Let's rename these begin, in, out. Now what we can do is click on here, our auto connect states, create auto connections, overwrite existing animation, create animation rules. We don't need the jump. There you go. So now we should have everything begin to out, out to in, everything. So now if I click on in and out, in, out, or actually we just want, I want the out for the other buttons. So out, so in, out. Okay, so where we had the reset on this slide here, that event, what we're going to do is add the event here still. So we're going to do the same thing, but it's going to be in here. Okay, hopefully that works. And we're going to link the begin to that and add the invoke into that keyframe. So here I want it just to go back to begin on the way out. So hopefully it should work. So go in, out, in, out. There we go. So when you click on that slides button, we're going to link the in, and when you click on any other button, it'll be out, which will take it out. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. Reset. I'll just call that reset. Okay. And we're going to expose the in and the out. We're just going to expose those two out. The slide. There you go. Cool. So pretty much have what we need. So we have the in, the out, out, in, out, in. Remember, if you press it too quick, it will reverse. It's not a problem. I know how to fix it, but for now, we'll just do that. Okay, cool. I don't want to overcomplicate something too much, but there's so many ways of building it. This is just one way, you know, depends on what you're trying to do. Anyway, so I'm happy with that. Oh yeah, if you want to say put these in a family, you can just select them all by just holding the left middle mouse button down and drag around, and then Control Shift F, and you can put them in a family. Which is a nice way to keep things tidy if you want. Anyway, so say we have our slides. Okay, so slide 1, and what I can do is just turn interfacing on by right clicking that node, interfacing on. Now I've got slide 2, slide 3, and then I could go to slide 2. Let's take them all out. Slide 2 all out, slide 2 out, slide 3 out. Are they all out? Which one's in? You might have to go to double click, and if it doesn't react, just go on the animation and then trigger it out that way. Sometimes it needs a kick in the butt when you duplicate. There you go. Now they should all work. Ah, so out, in, out. So let's check what's wrong with slide 2, because they should work. Slide 2, in, out. Okay, they just need a little reset on the timelines, and then let's do the same for 3. We just trigger it, in, out, and let's check the animation here. Okay, again, just need a little reset for some bizarre reason. This one's not reacting. In, out. Why is the out not working? For some reason it's not even completing the animation. Let me disconnect this begin for a second and reconnect begin. In, out. I have no idea why this animation's broken on this slide 3, so I'll just delete, duplicate again. Slide 3, in, out. Yeah, bizarre. Is that a bug or something? I don't know. Why does it not update? In, out. That's bizarre. Very strange. Very strange. Okay. Let's just double check in, out. Okay, they're all doing that. Are they all doing? If they're all doing it, then it's something wrong with my animation. Okay, so let's check slide 1. In, out. Okay, so slide 1 works. So is there something I'd broken? It shouldn't be, because it should be duplicated. Just change this to 60 frames, put this to the end. In, out. Okay, by moving that event, it seemed to have fixed it. So let's move that event. It's something to do with this event keyframe. Let's go to 60 frames. Just move that keyframe. I'm not too sure why, but anyway, it should work now. In, out. There we go. You just needed that keyframe moved for some bizarre reason. Okay, so we've got slide 1 in. There we go. So let's just quickly build a menu. I've kind of went on a bit. I waffled on a little bit, trying to figure out why it wasn't doing it. I just moved that little keyframe of the event and then it seemed to work. So let's get a group. Menu. We'll call that menu. So this will be our menu at the bottom of the screen. So an axis, a rectangle, and just scale this up. Now you have to move it forward in Z. So I'll do -0.6. scale this down. Let's change the Y size, something like this will do. Now you can go in Photoshop or whatever you need to create these textures of buttons. Right now I'm just going to keep everything inside Ventuz. So add a color solid. And let's give that like a grey. Yeah. And let's make a group. We're going to call this button 1. BTN1 for short. BTN1. Merge that to a container. Go into that container so we can still edit. You can delete that group inside because we already got it grouped here, the name, so you don't need the group inside the container. Anyway, so this is, say, the backplate, or it actually doesn't matter. Let's duplicate this again. I'm going to use the color picker. Select the green. There we go. And I'm going to push this behind the grey, so 0.5. So minus 0.5. So it's just one behind. And say when you select it, I want this to kind of just highlight on the little tab. So I'm just going to fix that X position. There we go. So that kind of pops up. So say when you click it, it does this. Maybe, yeah, let's do this. And then let's duplicate this grey, but let's get a circle. Okay. Reduce the tessellation, so we have a triangle. Set this to like -90 on the rotation, or 90. So the arrow is pointing up. There we go. So now we have this little pointy thing. You can scale this down. Doesn't matter too much. It blends in. It'll blend in if you keep it the same color. So you can put this one solid color. Like this. Get rid of that. There you go. So now they share the same color. So if you should change the button color, then they're just one piece. Anyway, cool. So then that's selected. You're like saying, oh, I highlighted this one. Okay, so we need to create a little button animation. So button. Actually, we've got a touch button in front of everything. That'll be fine. And we need a keyframe animation. Button. BTN. Cool. So we want the Y position of the green. So that pops up. And then the Y position of the little arrow. Yeah. Down to seconds. We want it, say, half a second. So half a second to be there. And then 0, that's not 0, but just change the value. There we go. So it doesn't show, and then see. Cool. So it'll just be an X and previous. You can use a solid state. There we go. Next, previous. Cool. Voice. Actually, I'll take this button out of me now, and then just expose the next. And you can call this clicked, and the previous, just say reset button. Reset button. Bam. We're done. If you want, you can go in here. We can expose the color like we did on the other one, and add some text. So some text and 2D text. 2D text, 2D block text. and we need to position that in front, so I'll do minus, say, 7. Where is it? Okay, there we go. Minus 6.5. Let's do minus 0.4. Oh, sorry, minus 0.65. There we go. 6.5 was too much. 0.65. There we go. Cool. And then you could name this whatever you want. So you can expose this. So you could say btn title, and you can name this, you know, button 1 or whatever you want. I'm going to choose headline on the text. Now if you want, you can keyframe that as well. So if you want that to maybe add a solid color, so I'll just say don't know. Say maybe we want to add a little opacity to that to animate in. So it's selected and it's there, and then here maybe it's 60%, or let's say 50%. Right. Cool. So you can see we've got a button there. Duplicate this, button 2, button 3. Cool. You can use the arrange node, or you can position them manually. I'll just use arrange node, left chain them, get an axis, so I can move the whole group like so. Left chain. Now I have an issue with going back into button 1. I think let's not use the arrange node, because if I move that, oh, we have a perspective issue here. So you can see we can fix that. So what's that? A 0.05 is 0. Ah, way too far. Okay, 0. I had the values way too far. That's why we had that issue. So I'll fix this one, and let's fix this. Is that 0.6? 0.065. There we go. If I turn interfacing on, and then drag 1 to 2, 2 to 3, that should fix it. But the scale, so we can bring in the arrange node again. We'll fix the green, the scale of the green, but do left chain or center chain, doesn't matter, whatever you want. Okay. Let's fix those green, the green on that. So the green is a little bit too big now. There we go. And update the others. Bam, bam. Cool. So we go clicked, and the other one's out. Yeah. Scale these buttons up. There we go. Something like this. That'll do nicely. Okay. So now let's add our touch buttons to these. It'll get a little bit messy, but hopefully not too messy because it's only 3 buttons. So place them in front. You can place them inside, but I wanted to place them outside so you can see how we link everything. So 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. So 1 to 1. What I'm going to do is try to keep it all nice and tidy. Oh, for some reason the numbering 3. So 1, 2, 2, 3. Let's keep this nice and tidy. 3 and 3. So what you could do is actually put those in groups with Control Shift F like that. There you go. So nice and grouped, tidy. Cool. So what I'm gonna do is when it's clicked, single tap, because I'm using the mouse, single tap, single tap. However, when say I click button 1, I want these two to reset. So reset button 2 and reset button 3. And then we do the same when you click on button, was it? So when you click on, yeah. So these two are reset when button 1's clicked. And these 1 and 3 are reset when button 2 is single clicked. And then button 3 is reset when button 3 is reset when button 2 is clicked. So that's already done. That's already done. Okay. Hopefully it should work. So click that. There we go. So they reset. Oh, so when you click button 3, button 2 didn't click. Reset. So button 3, button 2 didn't reset. So that's where we missed out. So button 2 and button 1 reset on button 3 click. There we go. Boom. So now whatever order they'll reset. Simples. Alright. It's a bit messy here, as you can see, but it's not too bad. Okay, and now we'll just link our slides up. Okay. We're doing the same thing, so you see how they go to each other. They go to all. They'll link to each other. So 1 will be 1 single tap, 2 will be 2 single tap, 3 will be 3 single tap, and then 3. So 2 and 3 out on that, and then 1 and 3 when out when 2 is clicked, and then let's see. Yeah, there you go. We got something. Now 3. We click 3. We want 3 to go out. We want 2 and 1 to go out on 3. Yeah. There we go. Single tap. It should have everything linked. Hopefully. There you go. 1, 2, 3. I think there's some logic broken here. Or one's not connected. So we've got 3, we've got 3, and we've got 3. Yeah, so that's correct. So let's just reset everything. So let's take all these out. So they're all out. And let's reset everything. So we've got blank. So we know. So what you could do if you want to make everything reset, you could just use a scene event, on scene event. So nothing's selected. Reset all those buttons. For example, unactivated, and then take everything out, unactivated. Or if you had, say, a close button, you could have that event or whatever or a normal event. Or when you open the scene, nothing's selected. So now can do is just number these. Just that's 1. I'm gonna just change the title, see, so we can see 2, and let's load a different image. 2. Let's get a different image. 2, and then 3. 3. Whatever you want. I don't know. There we go. 3. So we've got 3 images, alright? And that's it, really. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I didn't change the title on that one. Free, but you can see the image is different. Free. There you go. So headline 3. You can see 2, 3. Go to 3. Go to 1, and so on. Bam. Logic's a bit messed up. I think I must have broken a link here. Let me just disconnect these. Let's break it and let's figure out which one's which, because I think I've made a mistake. Let me just fix that. But hopefully you understand what I was trying to achieve. So 1 goes out. I'm gonna just do the outs right now, and 1 goes out on that. So 1 will be taken out when 2 and 3 is clicked. 2 is out on when 1 is clicked and 3 is clicked. Okay, and 3 is clicked is out when 2 is clicked and 1 is clicked. So now they will take each other out, and now we just have to link each one to themselves. So the ins will be to in what. There we go. There you go. I think I probably just mismatched or missed something. There you go. And now you can go and change the colors. Say for example, slide 1's green, and then slide 2 I'm going to change that maybe to like a reddy or orange, whatever color you want. So that's pink for example, and then let's change that button to pink. You know, green, pink, and then, you know, whatever that color is, be orange or green or whatever you want. Oh, doesn't matter. You can change that. You see how easy it is once you have your stuff exposed. Makes it so easy to customize later or edit. Yeah. And then you also, we've got the backplates transition. You can see the color changes. There you go. Cool. Hopefully that's some use to you. I don't know if it was. Hopefully it was. It's probably not the best example, but it is an example of one way to do things. And even you can scale this menu down. You can move it around. You know, you can play around with it. Maybe it's something like this off the screen. And there you go. Kind of cool. So you can, yeah, play around. So you don't have to fill the whole screen up, but yeah. That's one way to trigger things. You can use the slideshow. I mean, I think there's a video where I have a slideshow manager already somewhere on my YouTube channel. If you go for the older ones. But yeah, there's so many ways you can, you know, trigger stuff or make stuff and interact with it. We can make it a bit more glossy if you want to. Let's put a video in. So say for slide 2. Say slide 2, I want this instead of an image. I want this to be a movie clip. I don't want to get DC. What's it called? Copyrighted. So let's see if we can find a video that's not copyrighted. I know that's not copyrighted because these are just green screen stuff that are paid for. There we go. Let's just use this. There we go. Just make sure your video's like on loop or something like that. And then you'd also, if you're going to use video clips, you don't want it to be the video to be active when it's off screen. So you'd probably want to key this, say to be inactive, like enable and disable it. So it's not active when not selected. So what you could do is one way is you can just keyframe there, enable and disabled. So I could keyframe it. So here it's perhaps it's enabled here, but here it's disabled. So then it's enabled here, and then again, and disable it. So then it's not using your system, you know, your processing power. There you go. There you go. So you got slide 2, and it's got a video. You can go back, and then you got an image. Bam. Hopefully that was some use. I mean, this is a little bit messy. I tried to keep it kind of simple. I think, I don't know, might have overcomplicated some stuff, might have done some things wrong, but I'm a bit rusty right now. But yeah, I can make further videos, different ways of doing it, or yeah, but hopefully this is just one way. Like I said, Ventuz, I mean, there's the cool thing about node-based is like you can build this like so many ways. You can structure your seed so many ways. There might be a more efficient way. So I mean, definitely try it. You might find a more efficient way. I'm sure there is a more efficient way to do this. 100% sure there is. But yeah. But when you're learning, it's great. Fantastic. I mean, you'll learn from your mistakes, and you just rebuild it a different way, and you get better each time. And you know, there was scenes where I had huge trees, huge trees, and huge like hierarchies in the content and stuff, like massive spider webs, and then I learned to simplify it, and you know, stuff. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for me. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be good to each other. Thank you again. Bye bye. See you later. Bye.